Oh, there it goes. Everybody look up and watch out. I didn't even say that right. It's Keep Up with Stillvinsane and Osamalo. Welcome to the show. I'm here with my comrades and cohorts. I got Osamalo. I got Pokemon Stoner Harry. I got our engineers that tried to launch this show. They got us there. That's freaking Neil and that's freaking NP Comtech Neil Francisco. You can get him on DJ Tribo on SoundCloud. And you also get John. That's John of all trades. He also is Thundercat TTV on Twitch. Get on there. Do your thing. Let's get into some motherfucking topics.
It's time for some motherfucking shout outs.
And we're trying to start off What the Fuck Happened with a shout out. Please give a shout out to another middle school alum of the TRS, Nancy Laverde.
Yeah, so we all know Nancy. We've known her since 6th grade. Nancy has her own photography company. She does a great job. She has her own Instagram page. It's called Junalovephotography. It's Juna Love Photography. You can follow her. You can request for her photography. She does an amazing job with families of all ages, and she's very patient. She's actually expecting her third child, a boy. Congratulations to you guys.
Congratulations.
So, check her out. Go on it. We'll leave a link also.
Nice. Felicidades.
What the fuck happened?
Really, nigga?
So that's the real segue to that. So we'll make our own segment for shout out, kind of, but it's all good. Let's get into that. Chinese consulate was shut down in Houston. That's a big deal. Oscar's going to get more into the details of that. Basically, we've been at war, like we said, trade wars with China. So a lot of it has to do with intellectual property and digital and 5G, Wi-Fi, generation, technology, all that type of stuff. China is everybody's trying to get their hands on it. But the major players are the China and U.S. There was a spy in the Houston consulate. So you can't really say that was the wrong move to shut it down because, China fights dirty. So tell us about Huawei and why they're important in this, Oscar.
Yeah, so in China, we have Huawei. It's their biggest manufacturer of phones. So Huawei, what they have been doing for years is a Galaxy phone will come out, an iPhone, and they take almost the same exact phone, copy it, put their branding on it with their own cameras and everything. And they are actually great phones, and we see all the YouTubers reviewing them, but the intellectual property that it's a Chinese-made phone here in the United States, with all the data that's being collected, it's a big controversy right now with TikTok that the government is probably going to shut down. We don't know when, but with Huawei, they're the first ones that were on the 5G wave before it was actually brought to the States. So there's a big thing where Google won't even let them have the Play Service store on their phones because it's such a controversy and they're not being sold anywhere here in the United States. You can get that phone here, but who knows if it's recommended? You don't know if they're going to be looking at your data or just who knows, it could be a spy phone and that's what this country's afraid of. So I don't blame them.
Which is hilarious. It's just like Usher and Confessions or Truth Hurts. It's always the cheater that's very paranoid of someone else cheating. That's what U.S. does. They collect our data all the time. They do data breaches all the time. But damn, my lights. Or was that my light? Oh, no, that was something else. But then whenever someone else does it, we're all paranoid. Nuclear explosions, Yeah, we're the only ones that drop the atom bomb. But yet we're always in treaties and trying to stop other Iran. We're trying to stop other nuclear power. So, yes, so that's a big deal, Oscar. Thank you. The Huawei phone was a lot. I didn't even think of that. It was a lot more available a few years ago. It's a beautiful phone. But the reason why it's beautiful, like Oscar touched on, is because they don't give a fuck about patents. They don't give a shit about IP. We talked about Silicon Valley, that show on HBO, and they touched on it beautifully. They basically take a carbon copy of another freaking, wow, my lights are like going crazy right now.
Having an EDM concert over there,
right? And so Huawei. Back to that. Just to basically to the end that Huawei, they're basically a government telecommunications. They're tied in with that. The U.S. doesn't usually mix that monopoly with telecommunications, so that's the only righteous thing about us in this move. And also, we are trying to be number one in those areas like 5G. So it's a big deal to get a spy out of the Houston consulate. So that's one of the right moves this president has done, this administration. Got to give it props for that. So Oscar, lead the way with the opening of sports. Dr. Fauci, Trump throwing out first pitcher for the Yankees, and who is for the Nationals. Go into it, please.
So we got baseball back. The season started Thursday. We got an awesome matchup between the champions. You know, I never thought I'd probably say that the Nationals are going to win a championship. But hey, they killed it last year in the playoffs. You got to get hot when you got to get hot, and they did it at the right time. And for the first time since 1910, we had the president of the United States not throw out the first ceremonial pitch to start off the season in Washington, D.C.
I didn't even know that. Wow, I wasn't even aware of that. Whoa.
So, of course, he's trending in the wrong direction again, like always. And we got Fauci, who threw out another 50-cent pitch that did not go to the plate.
At least it was socially distanced.
Yeah, I think you would think these guys, they're going to know they're going to throw out the first pitch. Go out to the backyard, throw a couple balls. I get that there's a lot of pressure to throw out this pitch. I get it. Some people can't throw for shit.
They're also old as shit.
Save the world from a disease. Throw out get some throws in, get some catch.
Go to the backyard.
Carve out some time. You're trying to save the world. Carve out some time, bro.
Yeah, so, as we were saying, we got sports back. We got NBA scrimmages back. I've never been more happier to see NBA scrimmages, which is, it's something new. They are in the NBA.
The Biodome. Yes, they're in the bubble.
They're in the bubble, and they're doing a great job. We're seeing less people testing positive, and when people do test positive, they're doing the whole quarantine. Even Rachel Nichols and other reporters, they have to go through a 10-day quarantine, it's crazy. They have to just be in that hotel room by themselves until they can get out of it, and then they're out and about. And they have all these protocols with the ring that they have, the Aura ring, to make sure.
Pretty cool. The temperatures and the social distance alerts.
Yeah, for $2.99, you could have one of those too.
I'll keep in mind. I'll keep that in mind. There's an NFL full schedule. The baseball is on 60 games. Tell us about that real quick.
Yeah, so this is a shortened season, 60 games. So every game matters. Before you when the season starts, you lose a couple games, you win 11, 13 in a row, and But now it's like every game matters. It's more magnified. You get to see more people locked in. We just had Juan Soto also test positive right before the game against the Yankees. So it's sad, but they're doing the right thing. They're putting all these things into measures. You see the coaches that are older wearing masks, and it's like, wow, they're really doing a good job of taking it seriously. So hopefully, they can hopefully keep going and make sure nobody gets sick.
Hey, and I will know that they're taking the right precautions if they once they run out of weed, what happens? How much corona is going to come in with these weed dealers and these drug dealers, and also what happens when the hoes come in with the coronavirus? What I know, the NBA especially is big time with prostitutes and weed. I'm waiting for that outbreak. When is that going to happen?
It's true, Vince. Because go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
So yeah, Lou Williams, the NBA is actually investigating him right now because they're saying that there's pictures of him at Magic City. So, I get it. You want to go out to the strip club or whatever, but come on, Lou. You're on the verge of maybe potentially winning a championship with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. What the hell are you doing? Get your shit together.
True. Harry, I felt like I cut you off before. Did you need to say something?
Yeah, I was just saying he sucks at throwing a ball because he's old as shit.
Oh shit! And to cap that off, we'll talk about that next week probably because that's when it's happening. He'll be throwing out instead of, because he's a Yankee fan. I know why he did that. He's an asshole. He should have did it like Oscar said, which is funny that I didn't notice that. He did not throw out for the Nationals, which he should. That's more traditional. And I'm not even usually a traditional person, but whatever. I guess he stomps on all traditions. But he is a Yankee fan, and he is a friend of Randy Levine. And Randy Levine, before we get into the what the fuck did I watch, they're friends. And Randy Levine was supportive of the whole team taking a knee. A lot of people took knees on different teams. even after the inaugural game, the opening day, some of them, not the whole team, just like the opening day, but some of them continued to do their knee, Andrew McCutcheon with his speech and stuff like that. So a lot of people are trying to protest, especially in New York, of him throwing out that ceremonial pitch at Yankee Stadium. So we'll be tuned with that. And now,
what the fuck did I hear? What the fuck did I hear? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck did I hear?
Okay, let's go. Not up in here!
So we have Remi Wolf. I've been real obsessed with her. She's been amazing. I think she's of Indian descent. Please don't quote me on that. Please look that up if you need to. But she's amazing. She's kind of like MIA anyway, Sri Lankan. That she's from British. She's British and Sri Lankan. And so she's got photo ID and she's got hello, hello, hello. She's been on a few soundtracks. She's young. Go listen to her. And let's get a album review of Taylor Swift. Oscar.
So this is Folklore, her first album in her 30s. And, you know, she's already gone on record to say that this album, she worked on a lot of it during the pandemic. So this is something that one of my friends, Eddie Robledo, he actually told me, you know, before we started back the podcast, Vince, a lot of great
shout
things.
Out to him. You Got a Laugh podcast. Shout out to him.
A lot of great things are going to come out of this pandemic. You know, a lot more artists are going to go into the studio. They're going to concentrate more on their music. They're going to be in their own mind. And I feel like this is what she's...
Bad Bunny's come out with like 3 albums during the
Exactly.
pandemic.
So I feel like this is what she's done. You know, it's her first serious album in her 30s. And she put on some great music on here. You know, we've known her for her pop. And yeah, she has some of that. But she has more songs that are more in tune with what we go through on a daily basis. You know, relationships, obviously. She has a song that's called This Is Me Trying, and it's her basically trying to tell this guy, you know, hey, look, I want to be with you, and the guy's rejecting her. And instead of, you know, finding a way to get through that, she's drinking whiskey, you know, and it's something that a lot of people cope with, you know, drinking. So it's great. It's weird to see her in that light, but hey, if you give me a personal song about you, we all, you know, I like to drink, so I can relate, Taylor.
Taylor's like the poppy juice.
Yeah. Another great song that she did was called Betty, and it's really cool to see her go back to her 17-year-old self. And, you know, we can all be nostalgic about what we went through in high school, and it's about 17-year-old her hooking up with somebody, and basically the rumors start, you know, is this real, is this not? And as a girl, you have to defend. As a girl, yeah, and as a girl, you have to defend yourself and put these rumors, you know, down. And it's really hard for girls going through high school when all the guys are talking about them. So it's a good song, you know, introspect to what she might have gone through or an experience of her friend or anybody. But it was a good album. Harry, I know that you listened to the Logic album. No pressure. You can go on and
hold up. I want to give some little trinkets, and yes, he is definitely going to that. Yes, look out for the Easter eggs. Supposedly, since her last album, Lover, which was amazing, very good album too. I'm a big fan of hers as well. I wish I wasn't, because sometimes she's a tool, but she's actually been trending in a really cool way. She's actually been trying to get a lot of Generation Z and a lot of millennials to vote, which we are very, very terrible at doing. We're now the big millennials are now overpopulated over the boomers. They are now over 80 million over the boomers. So now there's more of us than that. And Generation Z is right behind. They're still producing. Well, actually, they're not. Millennials are not producing at a rapid rate. My bad. So Generation Z will probably be a little less. But anyway, there was a lot of trinkets in there. There's a lot of rumors that the boyfriend now, the current boyfriend, co-wrote some of the songs. I think Taylor Swift is actually going to be in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, just like Jay-Z, just like Kendrick Lamar. Well, Kendrick Lamar, no, he got a Nobel Peace. But there's a lot of songwriters out there. Bob Dylan, Neil Young. Like I said, Jay-Z is the only rapper I think I know to name that is in the Writers Hall of Fame. And so I want more of that. I want more generational singers in there. And so speaking of a very, very awesome artist, and I should have wore the shirt because I knew we were talking about it. Anyway, next time. So Harry, we've been to a concert for Logic, I believe once or twice.
I went twice.
Okay, good. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I went with you, and you couldn't go the second one because of Thomas's
And
wedding.
that was even better because that had JID from freaking Dreamville. So I missed out on that. I had to go to my brother's wedding, which is a once in a lifetime.
Pre-wedding.
Well,
the pre-wedding.
For most people, for Donald Trump, it's a once in a 5-time ordeal. But anyway, let's get into Logic. Let's get into the biracial freaking businessman.
So yeah, Logic came out with his quote unquote retirement album. You can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes.
I'll do it
No
for
pressure.
you. I got you.
Yeah, no pressure. Song. It's more of a album for the fans than it is for like the mainstream audience. There's a lot of his songs that have repeat beats, but it's not like they're bad beats. He works with ID Labs again, and
Great producer.
yeah, it is. And then I pretty much remember the song Dad Bod. I thought it was pretty good. It's about him like transitioning into fatherhood. His son makes
especially with that bald head.
yeah.
Especially with his bald ass self.
His son makes an appearance on it. Well, he makes a vocal appearance at the end of the song. He's like, "Oh, you want to learn your
Popular
ABC?"
rap now.
Yeah,
Which is very popular in rap now. Go, my bad. Keep going.
that's fine. And which I like when rappers incorporate their kids. Eminem did it with My Dad's Gone Crazy. I think Beyonce did it with Blue Ivy or Jay-Z. One of them did it with Blue Ivy.
Yes, they did.
So like they're getting their kids involved without having to force them into it. Which
Nice.
And he signed a 7-figure deal with Twitch, is why
Correct.
he's retiring.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch is a good streaming. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come out with he's gonna be bored one day and come out with a new song, or he's most likely gonna rap on Twitch. Like that's
Exactly. He's not fooling anybody. He's definitely he's so talented at rapping, and he's talented at video games too. Like I said, we mentioned Lupe Fiasco in a couple of episodes. Why not? Why not be multifaceted? Why not make multiple streams of income? We're trying to do that ourselves.
If you have a fan somewhere appropriate, like if a fan doesn't like your music but they like you on Twitch, go with that. You're gonna have a fan.
Yeah,
you're gonna have more support.
Yes. Harry is more into TV production behind the scenes. Oscar is into digital design and freaking for consoles. So we have day jobs. I'm a media manager. So we're trying to make vertical incomes. We're trying to get our merch going. That's the American dream right there, to make, like Oscar said when we were talking on the pre-show about Slim Helou. He used to be a former Ford's billionaire. He's a billionaire still, but he used to be in the top 10, top 5. And he said, you got to make money while you sleep. So why not, Logic? Go for it, bro. Go for it.
Yep.
So let's get into the Kanye West news real quick. The birthday party. So like I said, like we said on a couple episodes, he's going for president. We don't think that that's going to last too long. He already missed the ballot on a couple of things, a couple of states. He thinks that he's going to win a write-off against Joe Biden. That's the both of them. If you're not Trump or Biden, it's going to be hard to win this election. So a lot of people think that he's swaying from that. Kim has been desperately trying to reel him in from his manic episode of bipolar. Halsey has mentioned it. A lot of celebrities, thankfully. Halsey, sorry, you're right. And a lot of celebrities, it's mixed. They've been making fun of it. We all make jokes and stuff like that. I get it. But Kim Kardashian's right. Halsey's right. A lot of them are correct. Okay, cool. Get your joke in, and then let's get serious, because he's in trouble, bro. He's in trouble. His marriage was almost in peril. Well, who knows? It might still even be in peril, even though he apologized for mentioning the abortion thing at the South Carolina rally, saying that North was almost aborted, mentioning Kris Jenner, all types of things that you wouldn't think, because Keeping Up with Kardashians all up their asshole. But like, there are some things that are untouchable, and like their family is very. You don't usually see a lot of stories about them. You see them on camera sometimes, but you don't see they're very protected, and I think that's a great idea. So like I said, they've been speculation of divorce. Kim was barred from seeing him in Wyoming. Only Justin Bieber, Dave Chappelle, and there's another artist, right, that was able to visit him.
Dave Chappelle was there too, alongside.
Right, and they're genuinely worried for him, and I get that.
Yeah, and to touch on that, Vince, he had his first presidential campaign, and it's like, you saw him with the security vest. We all know he has mental problems, and we know what a creative genius he is, but he does need help. And, it's kind of weird to see somebody in that light just go on stage and start ranting all this stuff, the Harriet Tubman comment that he did, where even somebody recording is like, oh, yeah, we out. Like, we're not listening to this shit. So it's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a publicist, but if he did, I'd be like, anything with slavery, you are not allowed to talk about. Please do not. Or I'm quitting. I'm quitting. I'm not the PR for you.
It's true. You know, you see him on Twitter just posting like at least 5 times every 30 minutes. So it's crazy. You know, I follow him on Twitter just to see what the fuck he's gonna put.
Me too. He's very entertaining, and it's sick. It's sick that that kind of mind that we're kind of like. That's why. But I appreciate it for the creative reasons. And when he mentioned he's bipolar, I was like, damn, that makes sense. Because like a lot, and I saw a survey. I forgot who did the poll. We got to look that up one day. That 50% of presidents that had signs of mental, not disability. Sorry, mental illness. 50% of them. And I think about 25% of them had another type of mental illness, another type of spectrum, autism or something like that, signs of it that you would see in a medical profession now. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that they tested these people, but they compared the signs of what they look for now, and at least 50% of them had a mental illness. And it's so common. It's so common. And if someone, a celebrity that's pretty much worth $1 billion, him and Kim, if they struggle to manage with it, imagine what homeless people deal with. Imagine what regular middle income Americans like us deal with it. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. So let's wrap it up with DMX versus Snoop Dogg, IG Live, and then we'll get into what the fuck we watched. Go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, so, you know, I've been tuning into all of these. This one I was probably more excited about just because Snoop Dogg is a legend. So when you hear that and, you know, his catalog already going all the way back to when he worked with Dr. Dre, you're like, okay, I love DMX, and I consider DMX even one of my top 10 rappers, but I'm like, Snoop's catalog is super huge, you know? So it was really nice to see them both in the same room again, just like Jada and Fab, and it was actually more of a celebration, you know? I know that it's song for song, but DMX held his own, you know? He has so many hits. One of my favorites.
He held on to a lot of weight, too. He held on to a lot of weight. Holy shit. God damn.
And, you know, that was actually really cool to see them talking about this because Swizz Beatz was in the room, and he was the one playing, you know, whatever songs, the playlist that they had. And at one point, they had about 513,000 viewers, and DMX was trying to get to 10 million because obviously you get paid more for the amount of viewers. So at one point he said, if you can get us to 10 million, I'll take my shirt off. And then Snoop said, oh, yeah, I'll do it too. And then DMX made a funny joke, and he's like, yeah, we're about to look like the number 10. So
shit, not an 11, but the 10. Yeah, I've heard that joke. I love that joke.
So when he said that, I'm like, you know what? Good for you. You make fun of yourself, whatever. But they went back and forth. You know, they have so many hits. It brought me back to when DMX first released all those albums when we were in high school. So that was awesome. When he put Who We Be, I was like, I just lost it because I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. It's one of those songs that gets you pumped up and everything. And then, you know, and then Snoop had to end it with.
That's on the Great Depression, I think.
Yeah, and Snoop just had to, at the very end, you know, he had to go back and just end it with the next episode, which was awesome. They did a lot of shout outs, you know, rest in peace, Nate Dogg.
Yeah, Nate Dogg.
So that was cool, and it was honestly the one that I enjoyed the most so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what they put next. You know,
nice. To wrap it up, I actually for a long time I never wanted to be a rapper or rocker, none of that. I wanted to be Nate Dogg. I feel like that's the best career to have. Like you don't have to be a great singer. You can just sing about weed, hoes, women, all types of shit. Weather. What's anything better?
Where the fuck did I go?
Oh, baby,
And if you haven't heard enough from Oscar, get ready because he's about to talk about his damn vacation. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is the first time I've taken some days off since I started working on my new job, HP Shapiro and Associates. And, you know, I didn't take off any time during July 4th because I wanted
his thoughts are his own.
So I wanted to take, you know, a longer weekend than July 4th. So I actually requested for Friday through Monday, and I went upstate to Acra, New York, where my mother-in-law, Sarah, she owns this house, beautiful house, about 30 acres in land surrounding the house. So we can go on nice long trails, hikes, and it even has creeks all around. We haven't seen this many animals around the property, which was awesome. We saw deer, we saw groundhogs, we seen squirrels, and while we were actually having dinner on the deck, it was around maybe 7:30, so the sun was going down. We actually saw bats flying back and forth.
That's fucking sick, Bruce Wayne. That's sick.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, I feel like I'm Batman out here. So I've never seen bats like that out in the wilderness. So that was really cool, you know. And she explained to me that they eat mosquitoes, they eat so many insects. And obviously it's upstate, so you're going to have mosquitoes fucking huge size of quarters up there. So I'm really glad that she had these bug zappers that I've seen other people with these bug zappers, never used them before. So I had a lot of fucking fun. I'm over here looking like Serena Williams, just zapping at mosquitoes and bugs. And we actually bought a couple just recently because, you know, when a mosquito flies into your place, you go crazy trying to kill a little fucking mosquito out here. So I had a great time up there. You know, the drive it doesn't seem as much as I used to. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it's pretty good. You know, someday we should go up there. It'll be a lot of fun. They have ATVs. My brother-in-law Matt just built the fucking basketball hoop, so that's gonna be awesome. I'll get to bust his ass.
Nice. All right, or bust your ass. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens. Yeah, and Harry made a great point. We skipped over what the fuck we watched, so we got to get into that. But I'm glad. I hope you were social distance. I'm glad you had a great time. I'm glad we got to get the what the fuck did I go? It's an important segment. We love it. So let's get into
What the fuck did I watch?
All right, Brave New World. I only saw one episode, but so I won't get into that. And it's on the Peacock network. That is the new streaming service from NBC Universal. So Brave New World is based on the book that we read in high school from shout out to Stacy. I blocked you on social media, but whatever. If you see this, that's okay. I probably didn't block you on YouTube. So I'm pretty sure Kim will send it to you or something like that. But just know, you're annoying. So anyway, Peacock TV, it's a lot like Man in the High Castle. Not really, actually. It's like a mix of Man in the High Castle and Handmaid's Tale. Basically like the book. Like I said, they take this drug to stay sterile, to be free of emotion, and they have this caste system, the betas, all that kind of stuff, and to keep this in very Orwellian, George Orwell of 1984. So anything dystopian, I'm into. So I'm watching on the Peacock network. I get more into it to give you more of it. And then we got Intelligence, which stars David Schwimmer and Nick Mohammed. He is the voice of Piglet from Christopher Robin. He is blowing up. He's all over, actually, the Peacock network. He has like 3 shows in development over there. They trust him, and they should, because he's really, really funny. And me and Harry saw The Old Guard on Netflix, which broke major records. Before we get into that, let me name real quick the all-time watch, which it's now on there. And the all-time watch list is number 5, Murder Mystery, which was shocking to me at 73 million. I didn't think Adam Sandler did that well, but I was wrong. That deal worked out. If you're in the top 5 on Netflix, that's worth it. They paid the right guy. Right? Yeah, they paid the right guy. As a matter of fact, he has another one on here too. He even has his production company, The Wrong Missy. So he's all over it. So anyway, 6 Underground, which I did not see yet. That is with Ryan Reynolds. I heard it's very good, though. I need to watch that. That's 83 million. Then we have Spencer Confidential. I believe that's the Mark Wahlberg movie. You know what? I'm not the hugest fan of Mark Wahlberg anymore, but he's money. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a studio and I'm at the production meeting and they go, yo, we got a chance to get Mark Wahlberg in there, that's money. And it proved it right there. 85 million. Bird Box, which was their number 1 until, and that was 89 million. Huge successful movie. A big ripoff of The Quiet Place, but still very good in its unique way. That's where Megan Fox and what's his name? MGK started banging out, and now they're together. She left David Austin Green.
Megan Fox wasn't in that movie.
Who was it?
That was the chick from Alita, Battle Angel.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
All right, anyway. Whatever, looked just like her, and they were banging on that shit. And so maybe that got him a taste for Megan Fox. He was like, damn, I wish I was banging Megan Fox. But anyway, here we go. So then Extraction at 99 million with Chris Hemsworth. Of course, white America, it always wins out in theaters and shit. No, I'm joking. But Extraction was very good. There's a sequel in the works. So let's get into our review of The Old Guard.
That me?
Go ahead, Harry.
So yes, the Old Guard is one of those, ex-military people, doing
Charlize
good.
Theron.
Charlize Theron, the most badass chick ever. She is gorgeous. Like, she's perfect. So basically, it's her and a group of her assassin friends who go on this mission, and then they all get shot to death. Then it turns out they're immortal, and a new immortal pops up that's a fresh new girl, and they find her, and then they go on this adventure.
She's from If Beale Street Could Talk.
Okay.
She's very beautiful, too.
She is. I was like, yo, she's badass, too. I liked her a lot. And it's basically these people who are trying to find... Now they're being hunted, and they're trying to find out who's hunting them and why, and it's Harry Potter's cousin from, the Harry Potter movies. He plays the main villain in the movie, some scientist who wants to experiment them for a longer life. It's a dope movie. Yeah, it's Dudley.
Oh,
he lost weight.
Oh, Shedwell Ejiofor is in it also.
He's great.
Like I said, Charlize Theron. They're working on a sequel, and
It's a trilogy. It's going to be a trilogy.
It's based on a graphic novel. It's very, very good. I wasn't shocked because the transition that Charlize Theron has made into an action star from Furiosa, which she was disappointed that she's not going to be in the sequel, the prequel.
She won't be reprising her role anymore.
It's going to be Ann Taylor-Joy from The Witch, and also there's another actress that is, hey, welcome to the show, Josh.
No, that's my
Josh. You guys all have the same haircuts. So anyway, to get out of the old guard, it was amazing. You should watch that. Charlize Theron is one of the best at action movies. You should go watch her in anything. She's the best at acting. Tully was amazing. I love her. So let's get into Mulan and Tenet. Basically, we're running out of time, but Mulan and Tenet, they cost over $800 million to make each one of them. They need to be in theaters. There's a lot of people that need to get paid off of that. The movie theater structure in Hollywood is top heavy. That means that the major releases make up for the movies that don't make money. Most movies don't make money. Most movies don't break the bank. Most movies don't make up for their profit margins, but they rely on Mulan. They rely on Tenet to make up for those margins. And so that's a big deal. So Christopher Nolan has been advocating for that. A lot of people have been up in arms for that. We've seen a lot of video on demand with Trolls, all that kind of stuff. They're different movies, obviously. They weren't gonna make $1 billion worldwide just like these movies. So we'll see. We'll see what other things happen with that. We'll keep you posted. Let's talk about Truth Seekers real quick. Harry?
Yeah. So Truth Seekers is basically the evolution of the Mafia from the end of the 70s till about the late 80s. And let's see, Rudy Giuliani makes an appearance because he was the DA at the time trying to take down the mob, which
that's right.
They succeeded. They have a documentary about it. And they have ex-Mafia members come in and talk about, what happened during that time. And there's a lot of shady shit happening. Donald Trump was mentioned about because the Mafia during the late 80s had their hands in every construction company
project,
site. Yeah, every construction property, even Trump Towers. There's a lot of shady shit going on.
He's not called a real estate tycoon he's called that for a reason. But so that's very similar to Fear City, New York versus the Mafia, right? Or is that?
So I'll get into that. So Fear City, New York versus the Mafia. It's a new Netflix series. It's 3 episodes long, which is really cool because I can't. Anything over 3 episodes it just becomes a drag.
I'm sorry. I was talking about the wrong show this whole time. I thought we were talking.
That's what I was saying. What is Truth Seekers?
Truth Seekers is a paranormal activity show with Nick Frost, where he's been doing paranormal activity for. Sorry, I'm half asleep right now, doing paranormal activity for 20 years, and it's a comedy, and it's a new show, so it seems like it's gonna be really hilarious. I like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost; they're a good duo.
They are. I love Hot Fuzz. I love Shaun of the Dead. Perfect. So let's get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck did I say?
So we called this episode Baby Zoomers. You'll see in the artwork. It's beautiful work, actually. Another great piece by Oscar. He's working on it very diligently, and we're getting a great schedule out for that, so everything will be smoothed out with that. So Baby Boomers versus Zillenials, Generation Z. We have the silent era. We have Baby Boomers. We have Baby Boomers Part 2. We have Generation X. We have Generation Y, which is Y2K, which is why we were called the Millennials. Bye, bro. Bye, bro. So, oh, okay. Reverse. So then, So then we have, like I said, Generation Z. Oscar and Harry made a great point. We are millennials. They're considered the greatest generation of all time because, you know, they matched up pretty much in population with the baby boomers, which was considered the greatest generation of all time because of a lot of things that happened within their era and the amount of people and the effects that they have even on the generations today. So that's big. That's huge. And, so like I said, we're trying to embody that. And so Generation Z has basically been screen heavy. They were born with screens. They were born with that type of stuff in their visuals. They don't know a life without it. They don't know a life without cell phones. Generation Y, millennials, we were a part of that. We were doing dial-up phones. We were getting up to turn on the TV. Oh, shit, this dude is wilding. Anyway, total inconsideration. Whoa. And so anyway... to get out of that, let's get into where I was this week. I did Find Love Live on Hinge. That's actually on the TLC network. I was on Hinge. I was swiping left and right. And this casting producer was like, hey, swipe right if you want to be on this show. And I did it. And I basically followed all the things. I was a backup the week before. So that's why we didn't mention it before. And this time I actually was on the show. Oscar and Harry got to see it. A lot of my mom's friends. Shout out to them for hearing my nasty jokes. I said... one of my jokes was
keep my seat warm. Keep my seat warm when she was pregnant.
Yes, exactly. The contestant was pregnant. No offense to the lady. I definitely was not into win it. I don't even think Greg was. I don't know. Maybe I'm like wrong, but I don't even think. But she's hot. She's hot. But she was 2 weeks away from having a baby. And not to say there's anything wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. I'm glad she was on the show. I'm glad she's feeling sexy. She was sexy. Pregnant women are sexy. There's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes they're even sexier.
And this was on a live show, right, man?
Yes, it was live. It was live. It was on. It was on live stream. Shout out to the host. I forgot her name. She's amazing. Krishna or something like that. I love her. I actually am a fan of the show now. The show is pretty cool. I like that there's social distance and shit like that. Like I said, I made some raunchy jokes. It was great. It was fun. I lost by a landslide. It was like Reagan whooping ass.
Man. But hey, while we were watching this, the comments going up on Twitter for Team Vincent, that was awesome. It was super funny. Hey, you got our podcast on there. So me and Kevin, we were just laughing the whole time we were watching this. It was something that, you were on TV. Hey, man, how many people could fucking say that? It was awesome. I loved it. I was going through all of Twitter, and it's fun to see what people that don't know us, obviously, what they think of us or what they have to comment on. A lot of people were on your side too, man. So that was awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I had a great time. Like I said, I love being on game shows. We're going to cut the last topics because we're running out of time and they're not as important. They were funny, but being on that show was actually funny. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We'll end it on that. And I had a great time this episode. I hope you all did too. I hope everybody had a great July 4th, even though most of us weren't free on that day. So, gotta celebrate the Juneteenth as well. So let's get the fuck out of here. Like I said, we are on Keep Up NY for Twitter. We're on Twitch, Keep Up NYC. Like I said, hold on. We're going to try to get content on there. As a matter of fact, with Instagram, Keep Up NYC. Not with that. You can follow us on Instagram with Keep Up NYC. But to slow down, on Patreon, we're going to start getting our pre-meetings on there as part of extra content. You'll have to subscribe to that. If you want to buy that, that's great. I think it's quality, man. We're pretty funny on our pre-meetings. As a matter of fact, some would say we're actually funnier. So we'll start promoting that. Facebook, we're Keep Up, Shut Up. You can follow my page at stillvinsane on IG as well as Twitter. It's my handle for pretty much anything. If you see that out there and you see somebody else with it, slap him and then tell me so I will go get a cease and desist letter. My name is incorporated. Fuck them. I will sue their ass. Oscar is Osamalo. That's his personal if you want to go stalk him. If you're in his area and you want to, find the cop killer out there. No, I'm joking. Osamalo_art. Amazing artwork. He's getting better and better every day. He's becoming the graphic designer we want him to be. No, I'm joking. He's great. He's learning every day, like I said, and making great work. John Thundercat, John.TV, TTV, that's on Twitch. Harry is the Pokemon Stoner. He's on IG as well. That is our producer. He does research. He puts it all together. He's one of our co-hosts. He's amazing. He's the Parks of the show, pretty much. Oscar is our Rory, except without red hair and freckles and whiteness. So, let's outro, motherfuckers. You better shut the fuck up.
Listen up
And keep up.
with Osla Malo.
And still insane. Over and out, homies.